the community, but it sounds like there were some long-term relationships that are built that go beyond just that day. Could you talk a little bit about what happens there, and also do you bring the young people into this as well?
Yes, ma'am, we do. Thanks for asking. We actually, my church got involved at the very beginning of the initial effort of Hope for Gaston. It was just sort of a plan that we dreamed up in a hallway, in the back hallway of the church, and said we wanted to do something. What can we do? So the need was identified in the Highland community, through Dee Dee Gillis and the code enforcement, the city of Gastonia. Relationships, that's actually what it's all about. I always tell everybody it's not about slapping paint on. We have done tons of repairs. My particular church has done 4 homes. We've had 40 churches involved in redoing things, cleaning up yards, and taking care of the houses. But the relationships that I have built, Mrs. Ward and I are she's family to us. We have experienced new birth together in our families. We've experienced death together with the death of her husband. They were married 67 years and he passed away, and we were able to be there for her for that. My husband's sister passed away just before that, and she was there. So it is a lifelong relationship. I love her, and I don't know what I ever did before her.
I would like to speak on the youth. As a whole, we all get to work with the elderly because they have gave to us, so it's our time to give back to them because they have given us real hard dedication through Gastonia. So as a whole, MYLC, our Marriage Youth Leadership Council, I think it's time for us to give back to the community.
Any other questions? Pray for sharing the one story, Gastonia.
Thank you.
Where we had lived for 57 years.
And I'm Paula Jackson. I met Mrs. Ward when my church adopted her home for repairs through Hope for Gaston. Now we share our lives together. We visit together, we laugh together, we cry together, we love each other. If it weren't for Hope for Gaston, we may never have met.
I was so happy that day. I invited everybody over for some of my banana pudding.
With the city's investment of $37,000.
This is our story, this is our song, praising our city all the day long. This is our story, this is our song, praising our city all the day long. This is our story, this is our song, praising our city all the day long. This is our story, this is our song, praising our city all the day long.
They can really talk to them.
Right.
That's what I believe in. I believe in talking to kids and giving them the truth about what they're up against. And I tell them my experiences, the bad ones and the good ones, because you can't fool kids.
Right.
They want to know the truth, and I think that's what Gastonia gives our kids. They give them hope, and someone cares about them. And when you know that someone cares, it's a lot easier to meet your goals.
Right. James, what's it gonna mean to you? If this all comes through and they win this thing later on today, is it gonna validate? I guess.
My first reason for being here is to support Gastonia. Win or lose, we're doing some great stuff, and we're going to continue to do some great stuff. But if we win it, all the better, because the people that were on that stage deserve it. I've seen the work that they put in. I am only a supporter of what they started,
Right.
so it would mean a lot to me, especially after I missed the game last night.
All right, great. Well,
right.
even being an NC State fan growing up,
That's okay.
Shake your
That's
hand.
okay.
I appreciate what you've done
I pulled
for
for Norm Sloan in '74.
I hear you.
Yeah, David Thompson.
Yeah. Well, on the one time that I went to the Dean Dome back in the '80s, I remember I was walking through, back to my seat. I was just a little guy, and I remember seeing you. And this is a few years after you graduated.
Yeah,
I remember seeing you walking through and thinking, "Oh, that's James Worthy."
We had Coach Smith always said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance. You guys didn't get a chance to play in the Dean Dome." So we scheduled a game. The Lakers played Cleveland when Brad Daugherty was playing for Cleveland, and then Chicago played